Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is busy times around Honeybee Land. I'm busy. I know Lisa's busy. We are doing all the things to prepare for this release. Plus, we're going to be traveling to Honeybee headquarters on Thursday. We're so excited. I'm so excited because it's going to be cooler weather in Oregon. It's hot here in South Carolina. Let's see. Hello, Denise and Krista, Jen, Patricia, Maria, Cindy, Linda, Madeline. Hello, everyone. I know Lori is here. Rachel, Betsy. Let's see. Annabella. That's a beautiful name. Nancy, Brandon. Hello. Yes, we get to work from home. As you can see, I have my sweat breeches on. And the people in the other parts of the United States say breeches, sweatpants, and my comfy shirt. It's no makeup Monday, as you can see, and it is just fine. It is just fine. We're all friends here. Everyone is a buzz. That is for sure. And I'm going to show you all the sneak peeks that we have done so far. I'm going to give you not a sneak peek, but a little hint. And I bet you guys can probably guess because you're no britches in Ohio. Okay, where do you say britches? Who is this? Who is this? This is funny. Britches is country. Hello? Who was that? I missed it. I'm country. I grew up in Oklahoma and have traveled all over but South Carolina now. So I just fit right in, right? Let's see here. Is Lisa here? She's probably here somewhere. Happy Joy cards. Hello, Coast to Coast cards. Soft pants for sure. You're in South Carolina as well. Where in South Carolina do you live? Ohio is Ohio bottomless, right, Joanne? I mean, really comfy clothes. Yes, we're working hard, but we do it comfy. That is for sure. It's been smoky and windy. Oh, that's the only thing that I don't miss about living in Spokane is this time of year and the poor forest fires. Oh, Myrtle Beach. How fun is that? Let's see here. Ohio has pants. Oh, that's good. Aloha. Hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the sneak peeks that we've seen so far. I had to what are we talking about? We're not talking about breeches and pants anymore. All right. So this, I believe I shared with you guys last Wednesday. This is our new Lovely Layers mini fall florals. And I showed you that really it comes with what we're calling a witch boot or an elf's boot or a Mrs. Claus. We could go all kinds of different directions with that. But I'm in love with these little florals. And of course, I made just a classic, almost Victorian looking little boot here. And as I mentioned before, my brain is going crazy, doing a cream colored or a white boot, for Valentine's Day with more red flowers. So I'm just so excited about that. And of course, we've got beautiful pattern paper. I'm actually using the other side of this tonight. So nothing goes to waste here. And then we have our Halloween stamp set. This was a super fun one. I love to ink blend in the fall. And then there's all kinds of different elements in this stamp set that you can use either to stamp on white paper and do some really cool ink blending. Of course, you could make your tree brown. You make the owl brown and gray. That we went completely Halloween here, and I did everything more in black, but so much fun with the ink blending and stuff like that. Okay, and then this super cutie is the Storybook Fall stamp set. And of course, there's some other elements that you're not seeing here. We can only give you guys just a little bit of a sneak, but we've got the cutesy little tree. There's birds that you can add or not add. The little puppy dogs, of course, apples, bales of hay, all the good things, and some great sentiments as well. So we have that one. And then, of course, we have Happy Halloween with our Lovely Layers Scaredy Cat. The Scaredy Cat die set comes with the cute little cat, a pumpkin, or you can make it a jack-o'-lantern, a little spider and the sweet little bat up here. And the background is the 3D spider webs embossing folder. And we did that like where you rub the white ink just kind of over the top of that. So fun. And then here is your hint, okay? So this card is from last fall. So I don't know how many of you remember the Farmhouse Fields cover plate die that has the tree, it has the little farm fields, and then there's the On the Farm die set that has the farmhouse, the fence, the little tractor, and all this stuff. Do you guys remember this? Let's see here. Do you guys remember this? Let's see here. Lisa, the moon and die. Yeah, oh yeah, the moon and the tree and everything. Everything's got dies. Okay, so imagine, and I've done this a little bit with fall colors, but imagine if you were really going to deck this out for the fall. Like, what would you do to it? Like, as a farm, what would you do to it? Like, if we did like an add-on, like what would you ask for? I wonder. I'm just going to let you guys like stew in that and chat about it over there. But all I can tell you is it's stinking adorable. Stinking adorable. Yep. You guys are like hitting it over there. So imagine all those things for what we see in the fall, especially like my friend up there in Spokane, like Green Bluff area, like where we go to get like the apple cider donuts or pumpkin donuts or whatever. Like, so fun. I can't wait to show you like all the little things that we can do to deck this out for fall. It's going to be, it is adorable, but I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, so speaking of adorable, beautiful, all the things, let's start on tonight's coloring. So this is a stamp set. Obviously, you're not seeing everything yet. Here is another little sneak peek, but this stamp set, many more images to go in this. This is a part, is called Bloom with Grace, and it was drawn by Kelly Taylor. So I know a lot of you guys here are big Kelly Taylor fans, and she does the most beautiful florals. And tonight we're going to have some fun with a big old, beautiful, happy sunflower. It's my most favorite, absolute favorite flower. And then I've got some leaves to go with this as well. So I'm going to start out by doing a little bit of coloring and finish up this guy. And then we'll finish up the petals on the good old sunflower out over there. Okay, so remember, I used the sentiment that is the namesake for the stamp set, but this is Bloom with Grace from Kelly Taylor. And let me tell you a few things that I love about the stamp set. Not only is it sunflowers, which I think are so happy and so fun. We haven't done sunflowers in a good bit. Honeybee, there for a while, we had a bunch of sunflower stamp sets. We don't have any sunflowers anymore. And you know, to me, I love them. They're a staple of fall, I believe. But, you know, things come, things go. It was time for some fresh new designs. And I am loving Kelly's artwork with this stamp set because not only do we get the perspective of the sunflower like I have here, but we're getting some other perspectives, meaning, you know how sunflowers kind of turn their heads and face the sunshine, and you know you'll see them move around in different parts of the day and all that good stuff. I love how Kelly has drawn different perspectives in this stamp set, you know, to give us different looks, and we can create different looking bouquets. So I am adding, what is this? I'll quit yik-yakking. YG17. This is my go-to green blend, and I've kind of made a darker, I'm kind of imagining like that this part of the leaf is a little more poofy and it kind of curls down like this. So that's why I have that deep valley there, so to speak. And I'm just going to use Kelly's lines that she has drawn here And then, of course, well, I just boo-booed that up. Of course, Kelley, if you haven't watched her videos, one, she's an amazing storyteller. She always does like story time. But she is an amazing Copic colorist. And so if you want to watch like the master at work, that is the person who I would recommend. And she gives you all like the tips and tricks and like why do you add like shading there and not there, or if you want to make the ripples of your petals more curled. Like she goes into like all that good stuff. And you know, here's what I did a class with Kelley. We actually did a free class last about November, December-ish with Kelley. And it was really helpful for me. There was a lot of like good little nuggets of information. Do I remember everything? No, because Kelley is a pro. But I'm able to take, you know, some of those little nuggets and apply those things when I am coloring. So I'm just going to use, and I'm going to make this side darker. I'm going to pull my middle shade up a little further out this way. And then I'm going to bring in the even darker shade. So this is going to kind of be my darker side, so to speak. Okay, so for my darker shade, I'm bringing in BG96, and this is going to give it that really, really deep valley look, I hope. If I don't get carried away chit-chatting here, and I can put my marker where I want it to go. Like so. And I'm not pulling this color up as far as I did that middle shade. And let's just do a hint on this side. Kelley is really good at this, and she is very daring with her colors, especially when she goes to add in her depth and dimension and things like that, where she will pull in colors that I would never have thought of, because she knows that that's what's going to give it the look that she's going for and really give it that depth and dimension. So I know most of you have probably seen Kelley's videos, and if not, I recommend that you do that because she's pretty cool. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to go back to my middle shade now, and I'm not going to really deepen up or go all the way down to that dark area, but I'm just going to pull this out a little bit more and kind of extend that just with little flicks. So hopefully when those colors or the markers all kind of come together, they're just going to marry in together and be all great. Okay, I'm going to call it good there. I could fiddle with colors all day long. Let's get busy on the petals that I have left. Okay, so for my beginning color, I'm starting out with a Y15. Now, this is not normally a yellow that I would choose when I'm coloring on white paper, right? Because it is very, let me see if I can find a scrap piece of paper. Here's one. It is very bright. It is not one that normally I would pick to color on white paper. However, because I'm coloring on craft cardstock, everything is going to be very muted. And so this actually works better than my go-to right here. Do you see where that my go-to yellow is just kind of washed out on that craft cardstock? So I had to be a little bit more daring choosing my colors, and I'm doing this all over this, what is this, Y15, all over the petals. And then I'm going to go in with the other shades and just kind of zhuzh them up a little bit. just a bit. And it's going to be easy peasy because I am going to just follow the lines that Kelley has drawn in these petals. So it makes it a lot easier. Like that. So this part is really just tracing and filling in and getting like that base yellow down. Come all the way down, and then we'll do our last petal here, and then just like that. Okay, so next I'm gonna do the darkest shade next. So the darkest shade, and to add a little bit of like that burnt orange, like you see on sunflowers and mums and things like that, I like to pull in E08. And it blends really well and does really well with the yellows. I'm going to kind of, and I want to go just a hint, like right in there. And then here and up here a little bit. I'm going to add just a little flick to the tips of the petals. And I'm just kind of using Kelley's drawn lines here. I'm going to go a little bit up this way because that is kind of tucked in behind. And then just a little bit here. These colors also actually work really well for fall leaves. Like to do a yellow, like a, kind of mustardy yellow, and then blend it with some odd colors, whether you choose, something like this, like a burnt orange or kind of a reddish orange color, or browns even. And during the fall, you can get a little bit more creative with your Copic marker blending because the fall leaves and fall colors are so blended like that, for lack of a better word, that you can kind of get a little daring with your color choices because it's all just going to blend together and be beautiful. And I'm just going to keep working my way around here. Little flicks at the top, maybe a little bit here, a little bit there, a bit here. And these that are buried underneath, like this little guy right here, I'm pretty much coloring up most of the way until that petal opens up at the top. And then I'll fill in with kind of the medium color. Okay, so I've got my darkest color, and right now it's going to look like a hot mess before it looks better. Okay, next is YR24. Let's see here. Let's make sure we get the right end here. And now this, I'm going to pull up further and come out more, if that makes sense, than that really dark red. I don't want to lose the yellow, but I don't want the whole petal to be like, this is called pale sepia. I don't want the whole petal to turn like this brown looking color. But when you kind of put the three together, they kind of marry together nicely. Let's see, that guy needs some coloring right there. Let's pull that up. And then this one's buried, so I'm going to pull that color up some more. This little guy is very buried, so he may get an all over dose of that medium color. All the way. So this one, that side is buried. Go up just a little further. This side is all the way buried. this side is buried. So I can kind of add that darkness in there. And then here, this guy is all the way opened up. And then here. All the way up there almost. Smooth it all out, and then I'm back around at the beginning. Okay, now, if you get this far and you don't like how something is looking, that's where you can go back with your lightest color and just give it a little, just a little hint of that color. And it's going to do a couple of things. It's the magic of the Copic marker is it's going to marry all those colors together. It's going to brighten up the lightest color a little bit. It's going to give it a little punch there. And it almost adds like a yellow cast and glaze like over the whole thing again. So if anything was leaning a little too red or a little too brown, you can kind of glaze it back up again. And this is all going to dry back down. So you can tell this is very saturated right in there. It's all going to like seep into the paper and it's going to dry down. Okay. So let me kind of tilt it in the light too. And you're going to be able, oh, that's a good catch right there. You're going to be able to see where it actually doesn't come through that bad, where all those are just going to kind of dry back and look really good together. Okay, now we've gotten this far. For the center of my flower, I went ahead and colored it, but let me show you what I did and used. So I did the center, the very center is the same middle green that I used on the leaves. So it is the YG17. And then I just took two browns. I took a lighter brown and did right in around the green center, and then a little bit of a darker brown, E25, and went right around the edge. And I like that. I think the little seated center area turned out really cute. Okay. Now I am going to take our coordinating dies now, and I want to cut both of my leaves and our sentiment. I went ahead and stamped this guy on one of our frames, and this, I have had this on my desk now for, oh man, a couple of weeks now. But this is our fancy fall layering frames, and as you can see, like parts of it just goes with fall. So and I honestly didn't even remember that this was the fall, but see how this almost looks like the head of wheat, or like a little wheat berry, or it's something there. It's very organic looking. And then I love this. It looks a little rustic. We've got kind of leaves and things around here. So this is a good one to keep on your desk for the fall. And believe you me, I have been using the heck out of it with all of our fall things. Okay, I'm just going to set our dies up here, and we're going to get these lined up the best I can here and hold them down with a little bit of tape. And I have an idea, because we're not die cutting this one. I think I'm going to try to tuck at least a leaf, like with the sentiment. I've got an idea in my head, so we'll see if it's going to turn out the way that my brain thinks it's going to. Okay, we've got that down. All right, now I'm going to step aside here, and I'm going to die cut these really fast. Okie dokie. All right, so we've got our leaves. Let's see. I love using the sand color paper. It's great. It is. And I don't color on craft a whole lot. And I kind of hemmed and hawed today of whether I wanted to use colored pencils or my Copic markers. But I thought, oh, this will be fun. All right, bloom with grace. So my idea here, and I need you guys expert input here. Do I need to distress the edges a little bit? I'm thinking a little gathered twigs brushing around the edge. Let me grab my brush. Just to, you know, kind of distress it a tiny bit. Let's see here. Gathered twigs. All right. Here we go. So we're going to bring out that. It almost looks like, you know, those like old photos back in like, I don't know even what days, maybe the 1800s, early 1900s, where they actually did like press the designs into the corner. That's kind of what the vibe that this gives me for some reason. Or it had like the black, like old paper frame around it, and then you had the photo in the center. I don't know why this frame kind of reminds me of that. But that's kind of the vibe I get from this little frame. Let's get the side really good there. Let's get this little straight side so he doesn't look out of place. Oh, I think that's really pretty, and it really highlights that sunflower. Okay. Let me do a tiny bit of cleanup here. There we go. Okay, now I mentioned before, if I can find my little stack that I was going to use, and I didn't even realize I was doing it until I pulled out this card. But you can tell that I'm loving this pattern paper. Loving the pattern paper. And I thought, oh, well, we might as well go for it. It's a beautiful pattern. All right. So I'm just going to glue this guy down flat. I just got some of my great-grandparents, and the photographer's logo was embossed in. See, everything was just fancier. Now we're very modern, but like we lost a lot of like those little details and things that, you know, we can't go get our pictures printed and get, you know, something. Come on, little glue. Don't be dying on me, man. Get the photographer's, you know, name or whatever embossed into it. All right, now I'm going to cover this whole card base. Just like so. Just like that. The details. Hello, hello. Like character. Yes, the character. Like we've got computers and robots and all the things that are doing all that, which is awesome because, you know, we need technology sometimes, but, you know, it does lose a little bit or a lot of it of that character. But you know what? I'm a lover of like old things. I've got a lot of like antique-y things and old things in my house. And so I like all that. I like all that kind of stuff. I know you guys are just shocked to hear that I like all the old stuff with my, you know, vintage lace trim that I have and seam binding and old buttons and like all the things. But I love all kinds of old things. Okay, I'm going to slide this towards me, and I apologize if my head gets in the way for just a second, but I wanted to pop up that center frame here. And then I think, I don't know if I want to trim. I can kind of do like so. Are you guys kind of getting my vision here? This is kind of what I was thinking. And then I could kind of pop up the sentiment. I think that's kind of cute. I think I'm gonna roll with it. All right, so let's do, I'm gonna give these a little bit of a fold. Just a hair. And let's go ahead while we're at it, because why not? Let's add a little bit of dimension to the leaves. Okay, and so I'm going to kind of add this one maybe right down in here. And then let's go ahead and give this little guy. Yep, I've got that on the underside. I think I colored these on the wrong side, but you know what? It is going to be just fine. Okay, let's do, I'm going to slip that right back in there. Kind of have that one hanging off that side. I like that. And then let's add a little adhesive here. And I'm just going to kind of rest that and get it to attach to the leaves themselves right here. I like old. Who is that? Gretchen. Yes, I love old things. Okay. There we go. I'm going to hold this up and I'm going to make sure that I get my sentiment straight here. There's nothing worse than a glued down, stuck sentiment. Okay. Now, I think we need, let me move my 49 boxes out of the way. I think I need an embellishment if I can find it. Oh, you know what? I can use this. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yes. Okay, let's see here. All right. I'm just going to show you guys these. Okay, Fall is in the Air. Pearl stickers. So this is the pearl pack that goes with this paper pad. Okay. So if you look here, this is very, very deep plum. Like this background here is like a very rich, like eggplant, really, really rich color. And then it gets a little bit wider, or lighter. This is more like a wine. And then we have almost like a red pink into a more like corally pink, yellow, and then more leaning on the orange side here. So I think I'm going to, I kind of want just maybe like a couple of dark ones. Let's see here. Or do I want the yellow? Ooh, this is a hard choice. Eesh. Okay, what do you guys think? Do we do the yellowy orange because it's going to blend more? Or do I go with that like really deep wine, the like eggplanty color? What are you guys thinking? I'm going to lay this here and you guys can kind of gander at it. Let's see here. Yellow, the dark and the yellow. Mix it. Denise is a risk taker. There are two different paper packs in this release. There is the Fall is in the Air paper pad, and then there is a, I'm going to forget the name. There is a paper pad that's called Sweet and Spooky. So it's not, how do I say? It's Halloweeny, but it's not like creepy. Eggplant. Both colors. Yellow. Eggplant. Okay, let's do, Let's do a little one here. I think I'm going to do that. Let's do maybe a medium-sized one. This is kind of pretty. They almost look like little ladybugs, like on the little... I'm just going to do a little trio. Just to add a little interest right in the center. Don't they look like little ladybugs or something in there? Like getting the little seeds. That's pretty, and it does bring out like this really deep plummy color over here. I like that. See, we've got some dimension with the little leaves. That's kind of fun. Okay. Yes, add a ladybug to the leaves. Yes, love it. Cool. I chose right. It does make a little pop, and it brings in, I think you guys were right to say that eggplanty color. It brings in this color in the paper right there, that really deep. So it just kind of meshes together. I like the way that this turned out. Okie dokie. That's it. That's all I have for you tonight. We're going to do a fun Halloween card on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, Lisa and I are traveling to Oregon. So if you want to follow our shenanigans, we may do some live streams. They'll be on Instagram. So you may have to find us on Instagram. There's always kind of shenanigans that goes on in the warehouse. We'll probably do a little warehouse tour because everybody likes to see that and it's fun. Yeah, so join me. Let's see here. Ooh, let's see here. Denise, Hockey Spaz, you are the winner, my friend. If you will email me at customercare@honeybeestamps.com, I am going to send you a gift card. So congratulations, my friend. Join me Wednesday for a fun little sweet and spooky Halloween card. And then I will see you from the warehouse. Okay? Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.